What's up, everybody, man? We're getting right back to another podcast. So let's get into it today, man. This is podcast number 12. If you're listening or you watching the video, welcome to the podcast, man. We so excited to talk about this juicy information, man. Today's podcast is about know thyself. Know yourself. As an entrepreneur, I think it's so many things that we personally need to wrap our mind around when it comes to knowing ourselves. The problem is the person who we think we know, we haven't developed that person, or we need to become that person, man. Because you got to know thyself. So many people do not understand the mindset of knowing thyself. All right, and the first question is, how valuable do you think you are? All right. And I ask a lot of people this question because I think it's very key to your success. How valuable do you think that you are? Do you think you know enough knowledge to either teach somebody or to help somebody? All right. This is a very valuable question you got to ask yourself is, how valuable are you? So many people don't understand how valuable they are. So what happens is, over time, either you don't create that product, you don't get your brand to where it needs to be, and then you look back and ask yourself, like, why haven't I became the success that I seen myself from years ago? Because you don't know how valuable you are. You are very valuable, man. And I tell people all the time, they say, well, how can I create a course, or how can I build my brand? I said, take your knowledge, your information, all right, the things that you have learned, and you can package that up and you can teach somebody. As long as you're 2 or 3 steps ahead of them, you will be all right. So the first question is, how valuable you think you really are? Ask yourself that question. Do you think people will buy from you? If you sell a product, do you think they will buy that product from you? As an entrepreneur, these are questions that I used to always ask myself. When I first got started, I'm like, man, will people really buy from me? You know what I'm saying? Am I really attracting the right people? What's my mindset wrapped around the things that I'm trying to do? Then I realized that so many people needed the information that I had. I'm like, well, now I just got to package it up and start to sell it. So same with you. You have valuable information that you can sell, but you just haven't figured out a plan on how to package that information up. So today we're talking about know thyself. Know who you are as an individual, right? The second question is, do you really think that you can get to the place where you want to be financially in your life? Like, do you think that you can start something that can match, if you're working right now, that can match your income at your job? If you're not working, whatever your goal, if it's $10,000 a month, do you think you can get to that point? Ask yourself that question, all right? Because the thing is, you don't want to play yourself, all right? You really, when I say play yourself, you don't want to talk yourself out of your own blessing. Some of you guys got so much valuable information, and if you don't start today, you're going straight to the gravesite with it. So that's what I want you to think. The third question is, are you willing to take risk? So many people are afraid to take risks. I'm like, it's just a chance. It's just money. It's just opportunity. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take that risk, somebody else going to take the risk and get the value that you should get the value out of it that you should already got out of it. All right, that you should already have gave someone. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I've been knew that. Well, if you've been knew it, you should have been teaching it. You should have been trying to structure it. You should have been trying to get to the place where you are selling your information, man, and not being afraid. So many people are afraid to sell their information. They're so afraid to know thyself. You talk your own self out of your blessings, and that ain't how it should be. You should be like, listen, every day I wake up, how am I going to get to the place where I want to be, whether it's financially or where I'm trying to go. What is it that I'm trying to do, all right? And then ask yourself the question, who am I really, all right? Who are you really? Who really are you? Ask yourself, who really are you? You know what I'm saying? Who are you? or how you think people look at you. Or you know what? Do a survey. Text about 15 to 20 friends right now and say, hey, listen, describe who you think I am in 3 sentences. And that's going to direct how people think you are as a person. So you text 10 to 15 people and say, hey, listen, today, hey, I want to do a quick survey on myself. I want you to answer this question. Can you tell me in 3 sentences the kind of person that you think I am? And people, your friends, your family, whoever, they're gonna share with you what they think, and that's gonna tell the perception or what people think of you when you put yourself out there. All right. And then another thing is, what do your perfect day look like? Know thyself, man. What do your perfect day look like? Is it getting up in the morning, you know what I'm saying, drinking your cup of coffee, sitting down on the balcony, or or just laying in the bed a couple extra hours, or going to Starbucks? Like, what do your perfect day look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I say the reason why I ask you that question that I want you to ask yourself is because try to live that perfect day. You know what I'm saying? Like, wake up in the morning and be reasonable. My perfect day is been a multi-billionaire. I mean, he ain't even made the first million. I'm talking about be reasonable. Like, what do your perfect day look like? And try to live that perfect day out to see how it feels. Whether it's you waking up or you in another country and looking out to the sunrise. Like, try to live that perfect day so you can see how it feels, so you can know the things that you're trying to attain. And the last question is, what is holding you back from achieving your dreams? So many people are afraid to ask themselves, like, man, what is holding you back from achieving your dreams? Because I'm like, man, every single day you wake up, you should be asking yourself, like, am I getting to the place where I'm trying to get to so I can get to where I'm trying to go? People are afraid, all right? You should no longer be afraid. You listen to this podcast, I'm speaking into you. You should no longer be afraid to live your dreams. You should no longer be afraid to do the things that you desire to do. You have somebody like myself, me, Coach Lloyd, all right? Why now is your time? Me, the transformation expert, speaking into you on a weekly basis about entrepreneurship and about mindset and about just what is it that you're trying to do. So what is holding you back from living your dreams? Is it your spouse? Is it your friends? Is it the people you surrounded around daily? What is that? What is holding you back, man? We want to delete that out your life, all right? Once you delete that out your life, then things will start to get better for you, all right? So in this episode, man, you're going to learn a couple things. As you know, we go 1 hour. We go 1 hour strong. We want to give you, you get your pen and paper out. Get yourself ready. The quote of the day is, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. All right? I repeat, be yourself because everyone else is already taken. And the reason why we all got our own DNA. All right, DNA. Nobody got the same DNA. So why are you competing with anybody else? So know thyself and be yourself because everybody else is already taken. All I can do is wake up in the morning and be me, Lloyd Christten, me. Why now is your time? The transformation expert, me. I can just get in your face and tell you on a weekly basis on this podcast, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak to your mind, I'm going to speak to your heart, and hopefully you taking notes and you're getting your life, your brand, your legacy into the next level, all right? So in this episode, you're going to learn about a little bit about your purpose, a little bit about what to tell yourself. You're going to learn a lot. I have 100-something questions, but I'm not going to go over all 100, but I have a lot of things I want, you to line yourself up with. So the first thing is this. I need you to understand self-discipline, all right? I want you guys to be self-disciplined. Ask yourself, like, how do I set myself on path where I can start to be self-disciplined, man? I'm telling you, once you get self-disciplined, your goals, the things that you desire, everything is going to start to line itself up, man. So how are you going to be self-disciplined over the next 90 days, all right? We all know 21 days versus 90 days, you know what I'm saying? 21 days, you can create a habit, and 90 days, you can create a lifestyle. So Ask yourself right now, I want you to build self-discipline. So how are you going to personally build self-discipline? This is key to your success. The second thing I want you to think about is this. What bad habits do you have so you can get rid of those bad habits, all right? The problem is we are so in love with the bad habits, we never think about the things that we need to do to get where we need to go. So what bad habits do you have, man? I want you guys to get locked in and say, okay, these are 3 bad habits that I need to get rid of these bad habits. And the only way to get rid of bad habits is do what? Is being self-disciplined to get yourself on track to get where you need to go, all right? Another thing I want you guys to stop doing, I want you guys to stop worrying about your future and focus on what you can do today. I repeat, stop worrying about your future and focus on the things that you can do today, right now, all right? Because listen, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. So stop worrying about your future. Do what you can do today, what you can control today. The problem is we try to look so far ahead when we haven't did what we need to do today to get to tomorrow, all right? So I want you guys to stop worrying, stop thinking about your future and start focusing on what you control today, because that's what's going to get you to where you're trying to go, man. I want you guys to be so locked in to understanding yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know thyself. I want you to be so locked in to know that you are built for greatness. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to accept all mistakes that comes your way. And once you accept these mistakes, I want you to also tell yourself that you are not perfect. All right? You are not perfect. All right? You will go through ups and downs, and you are not perfect, man. The problem with so many people is they don't want to accept their mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I tell people use every failure as a stepping stone to your success. So accept your mistakes and tell yourself, man, listen, I'm not perfect. And I'm not trying to be perfect, you know. I'm just trying to live in my personal truth, all right? That's it. Because remember, everybody else is already taken. So you only can be yourself, all right? This is so important that you guys understand that, all right? The next thing is make life simple, all right? It's about simplicity with me, man. Make life simple. When you understand you can be simple, all right? Simple, and they call it the kiss theory, all right? Keeping it simply simple, man. Keeping it so simple that you don't try to make things too hard. So many times we try to make so many things just hard. We beat ourselves up I'm like, man, why are you trying to beat yourself up, all right? Because you realize that, you know, you accepting your mistakes, you keeping it simple, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is a part of success, all right? I tell people on a daily basis, failure is a part of the success, all right? Stop beating yourself up every day and saying that, man, I gotta be right. I gotta do this. I can't fail. You know, my life is perfect. No. Every day, understand that failure is a part of the success, all right? The next thing I want you to do is I want you to line up and say, who can I, going forward, surround myself around to help me live my dreams, all right? Who can you line yourself, whether you going to get a mentor, whether you coming back to this podcast on a weekly basis, or whether you go and sign up for our coaching program at whynowisyourtime.com, you know, you need not to be afraid to be the person that you desire to be, man. Because I'm telling you guys right now, man, I need you guys to surround yourself around people who going to help you push your dreams. The problem is, so many times we're afraid to surround ourselves around people who helping us push our dreams. And then we look back and we say, man, what happened to me getting to the place where I need to go? You know what I'm saying? It's like it becomes stagnant. It becomes crazy. You know, and when you understand that, you're like, man, okay, cool. I need to get to the next level in life, but I have to line myself up with the goals that I locked in to achieving everything. So another thing is, learn to tell people no when it comes to the things that don't line up with your dreams. The problem with people is you want to tell everybody yes when even when you start a business. Listen, everybody not the right customer for you, all right, and that's okay. You know, I don't care what kind of business you got. Everybody is not the right customer for you, and when you understand that, then things will get easier because you know that everybody's not the right customer. And I'm going to accept that everybody's not the right customer. So tell yourself and learn how to say no to people who not aligning up with your vision and your dreams. All right, very important. The next thing is, I want you guys to start thinking on a more positive level. That means start surrounding yourself around people with positive energy. Start getting to the place where you're trying to go. Start that new business. Wrap your mind up around things that's pushing your dreams to the next level, man. You can do it. It's about what you think about. It's about how you trying to become the best version of yourself. But I need you to line your dreams, your aspiration up, and surround yourself with people who gonna support the vision, who gonna push the goals, who gonna help you get to where you're trying to go. All right. And then one thing I'm gonna tell you though is a lesson unlearned must be repeated, but you must learn to let go of the past. You can't be stuck in the past. You gotta let it go, man. I tell people this all the time. Let go of the past, man. Let it go. The past is holding you back because you got your future so bright. You don't have no time to look back at the past, all right? And again, I know you probably heard me tell you this before though, but you can't drive a car looking in the rearview mirror. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look forward. So when you understand that, you will know where you need to go, all right? Now, also, I want you to be grateful. Grateful for what you have right now, and then grateful for what you're going, but to envision yourself to where you're going. Remember, on this journey, people are not going to see what you see. And that's okay. They're not going to have the vision to see what you see. And when you know thyself, all right, this is podcast, when you know thyself, that's cool. Y'all don't have to see what I see, but you see the end goal, you know. And when you wrap in your mind and have the right perspective, then you know, like, oh, okay, cool, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? All right, and then what I want you guys to do this week is learn a new skill that's gonna help you create your dreams, man. You know, or get better at something that you're already good at. Get extraordinary at it. All right. Because you know, you be phenomenal or be forgotten, man. That's mindset every day. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to know that is the mindset that you got to wrap your whole just mind around when it comes to that, all right? And then start asking questions, all right? I learned something. A lot of people are afraid to ask questions. Everybody want to, oh, I know I got all the answers. You do not have all the answers. So stop acting like you got all the answers and learn how to ask for help, all right? This is very important. So I want you guys to learn that new skill this week, all right? I want you guys to learn that, all right? Now, the next thing we're talking about when it comes to this is try to wake up at 5 a.m. this week, all right? 5 a.m. Even if you gotta be, you know you ain't gotta be to work, or you know you ain't gotta be your business at 8 o'clock. Try to wake up at 5 a.m. Listen, when the birds twerking, when the birds is making that noise, you know what I'm saying? When the birds, listen, them people sleeping, you gaining more than them. You know, if you wake up for 1 year straight at 5 a.m., you gain 30 days more than the next person. So it's 365 days. You didn't just have 395 days. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? So this week, I want you guys to be focusing on, like, how can I get up early, all right? The next thing is, too, focus on not having excuses, all right? Because excuses is for the useless, man. Believe me, excuses is for the useless. I want you guys to say, listen, this week I will not have no excuse why I did not achieve this particular goal, all right? I'm telling you something. As an entrepreneur, digging deep, having that self-reflection and having that a long time, it's hard. It's hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys this. So I'm just trying to tell you guys to start shifting your thinking. You know what I'm saying? And this week, don't have no excuses. Remember, excuses is for the useless. If you want to continue to be useless, keep giving the world the same damn excuses, man. They ain't no. It's time out for excuses. I want you to be locked in this week. Locked in, all right? Another thing, too, is if you that person that's blaming other people for your situation, or you blaming other people for where you ain't got to where you going, then listen, it's time for you to refocus. All right? Focus. Focus. Follow one course until successful. It's time for you to focus. It's time for you to lock in. It's time for you to tell yourself right now, this week, that you're about to get locked in and get focused, man, because you're not going to have no more excuses. Because, again, excuses is the reason for being useless. If you want to keep being useless, keep giving the world the same damn excuses. Remember that. I'm telling you. I'm speaking to you. I'm talking to you. We dialing in. I'm telling you right now, you can do this thing. You just got to believe that you can make this thing happen, all right? The next thing is this. I really want you guys to understand that you can do what you desire to do, but it's going to take you believing in you, all right? And that means that stop looking for validation of others. I see so many times people looking for other people to validate them doing something. You know, you shouldn't have to validate you doing something. Just do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no validation that's been needed when you locked into going where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? We need no validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I need you to validate me achieving my dreams, me achieving my goals? I don't need you to validate what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I need to be so locked in to what I'm doing and where I'm going that nothing or no one can stop me from getting there, because I'm living my best. I'm living my best life, and I'm on the best track to get to where I need to go. Another thing, write this down. I will pay myself first, and I will invest in me first. Again, I will pay myself first, and I will invest in me first. Let me explain. When I say pay yourself first, it's learn how to pay attention to you, all right? And then know that you are your best investment. So what investments could you make this week that's going to help you either get better or to put you on track to make more money? Another thing is, when I say pay yourself first, is you really waking up, giving yourself the full attention to what you're trying to do. So many people, we let this stuff just pass us by, and I'm like, man, you ain't living that? You ain't living your dreams yet? Like, what are you doing on a daily basis, man? I need you to be so locked in to doing the things that you need to do that you know that, listen, man, I'm going to start doing it. All right, another thing is, I want you to be two things. I want you to take more responsibilities of the actions that you're taking on a daily basis, and I want you to be so productive that you look back at the end of this week and say, you know what? I had a whole checklist, and I checked everything off on my list because I got locked in. You know what I'm saying? I got locked in, and I told myself on a daily basis that I'm not looking for perfection, all right? I'm just looking to fulfill my purpose. I'm going to repeat. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to fulfill my purpose. When you guys understand that, that's when life becomes so easy. Then you will know that I ain't gonna beat myself up because this didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna beat myself up. Know thyself because certain things didn't happen in my life. But I'm gonna allow myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm paying myself first, and I'm being so productive that I'm gonna pat my own self on the back, and I don't need nobody. I don't need no validation from people to tell me that I did a good job or I'm doing a good job. It's already done. You know what I'm saying? So it's me locking in to what I'm doing, and I want you to be locked in. I'm talking about locked into what you're doing. All right. So this week it's all about finding your passion, man. I'm talking about locking into your passion. I'm talking about locking into your purpose. I'm talking about writing down the things that you want to do this week, and so that you don't have to worry about what other people are doing. I mean, I want you to write it down. I want you to be locked in, man. It's time out for it. And I believe in you. You just gotta believe in yourself. This is the week, man. This is the time. Right now. Because I want you to be so locked into your purpose. I want you to be writing down your goals. I want you to be knowing that it's time for you to achieve your dreams. Know thyself. You're not waiting on nobody to tell you who you are. You gonna recognize who you are. It's about you, your purpose, your passion, your vision, where you going. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't see, because it's your vision. It's not their vision. Yeah, they can't see it because they're not aligned up with your vision. So get locked in to doing the things you need to do. Get locked into becoming the best version of you. Because I'm telling you, this is the week for you, man. You don't have to waste another minute, another time living somebody else's dreams. This is your dreams. This is your purpose. You gonna live it. You just gotta get locked into it. Know thyself, man. You your best version of yourself. Know thyself. Remember that. The problem is some of you guys been living in other people's shadows for too long. You haven't recognized who you really are because you ain't tapped into thyself. You trying to be somebody else when I just told you that everyone else is taken. So you can't be nobody but you. You got your own DNA. The craziest part, you got billions of people that's living on the earth. People that died, and guess what? Nobody got the same DNA. But you steady trying to live somebody else's version of them when you need to live the best version of yourself. Get locked in, man. It's time out for it. It's time for you to get so locked in that people say, man, this person is so locked into their dreams. Every time I talk to them, they got that energy. I feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned, though, is I started blocking people out, man. Because I learned that I was giving so much energy to people who had no energy to give me back. So I said, hold on, man, something ain't right here. I'm giving these people all of my energy, and I'm pouring into their life, and they're not pouring nothing back into me. So I had to say, oh, whoop, hold on. That ain't finna happen, boss. Say, boss, that ain't finna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I had to wrap my mind around those things and say, man, we're not finna live that, all right? Now, next thing I want you to do is I want you to write down 7 reasons why you live in life. 7 reasons why you want to live your purpose. 7 reasons why you want to become the best version of yourself. 7 reasons. I want you to write it down. Why is it that you want to live your purpose? Why is it that you want to live the best version of yourself? Write it down and tell yourself, man, these are the 7 reasons why I'm going to do what I need to do to get where I'm trying to go, man. All right. And then remember, your power, whatever you plugged into becomes your source. I'm going to repeat, whatever you plugged into becomes your source. If I don't plug myself into positive people, I can't receive positive. And if I'm plugging myself into negative people, I'm going to get negative feedback. The currency going to be different. So what are you plugging yourself into this week? I want you guys to start making some of the best decisions of your life by deleting people out of your life. Start making some of the best decisions of your life by deleting people out of your life. You are your worst enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we are allowing ourselves to be around people who can't help us, people who can't push us, people who just steady talking negative. And it's time out to be listening to that negative energy, man. And I tell people, so many students and people I talk to, I tell them that negative energy is going to stop you from achieving the success that you really want. Because you want it bad, but that negative energy starts to suck the life out of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you plugged into the wrong source. When you get plugged into the right source, then the right energy will come your way. And then you'll start to move different. You'll start to feel different. You'll start to say, oh, man, the decisions I'm making are some of the best decisions I ever made. The people I'm around are some of the best people I ever been around. You know what I'm saying? Because I allow myself to be courageous. I allow myself to have so much courage. I allow myself to be surrounded by people who are greater than me. I no longer want to be the smartest person in the room. I want to be around people who were smarter than me. And that's the problem. You going into rooms and you smarter than those people. How can you grow? I'm trying to teach and show you what you allow yourself to put up with, man. So as you go into your daily grind, there are things I want you to think about, all right? And I want you guys to be understanding that what you're doing is worth fighting for. Your goals and your dreams is worth fighting for. You are your best version of yourself. And when you understand, you'll stop wasting your energy on people. You'll start learning new things every day that's going to help you get a clear vision to where you're going. Then life becomes so easy. You look back and say, whoa, hold on now. I can see where I'm going. The vision is so much clearer. The mindset, the attitude, where I'm going. Everything is so much clearer. I don't have to waste no more time, man. And then I'm telling you, that's when things you'll start to see things. You'll start to overcome fear. You'll start ignoring the right people and start focus on the right activity. And then before you know it, you look around, then you say, you know what? My life is on another level, man. Not only do I have gratitude by where I'm at, I'm also seeing a clear vision by where I'm going, and I don't have to worry about the critics, man. And then when there are critics, I learn from what they say and I become better. Because the more you talk about me, listen, a dog don't bark at a parked car. It must be moving. So if the dog's out there barking, you moving. If they ain't saying nothing, guess what? You ain't moving. So keep barking while I'm moving. That's how you got to look at it when it comes to you building your dreams and knowing thyself. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy is going to show up. That's just what it is. People going to talk about you, all right? But it's your job to not complain about what they saying, but keep making progress to getting yourself to the next level. Because these people can't stop your greatness. Because you are listen what I tell you. They can't stop your greatness, man. They cannot stop your greatness. Oh, let's talk about it. I need you guys to be reading 10 pages of a good book a day. Do you hear me? 10 pages a day is a book a month. The average book is 250 to 300 pages. 30 days a month, you read 10 pages a day, you read a book a month. It's important though. But books that help your mind progress. We're not looking for books to change our life. We're looking for books to move our life forward. I repeat, when we read books, we're not looking for them to change our life. One book not going to change your life. But we're looking for them to move forward. Me personally, I don't read books no more. I listen to the audio by using this thing called Speechify. I take the pictures of the book and then it reads the whole book to me. Now, I'm just looking for certain things because I've read over 800 books in my lifetime. So I'm just looking for certain things in the book that's moving my life forward, all right? When you know that, things get easier, man. Oh, another thing too. Remember, act like it is a game. Life is a game. It's like, what moves are you making? You know what I'm saying? What chess moves are you making? Are you still over there playing checkers? You know what I'm saying? We making chess moves. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to be making so many incredible moves that is moving your life forward, man. It's allowing you to become a solver problem, not only for your life, but for others. Because remember, the problems that other people have, if there's one, there's usually 10. So if there's 10, there's usually 10,000. There's 10,000, there's usually 1,000,000. You guys got to understand that you become a problem solver when you start to tap into the best version of yourself, all right? And I want you guys to understand that your greatest enemy will be time this week. When I say time. How you going to use this 168 hours this week? All right? You're using 8 of it sleeping, 7 days, that's 56 gone. All right? Some of you going to work. Or if you're working on your business, you're doing 8 hours a day, that's another 40 hours on 5 days gone. But if you're doing 7 days, It's another 56. So you start to see your time being cut short. That's why I tell people, I don't have too much time to watch TV. TV is killing my dreams. It's killing my aspirations. It's stopping me from getting to the place where I need to go. Why would I want to spend time watching millionaires already live their dreams? I heard something that says TV is a place where poor people go watch rich people. I repeat, TV is a place where poor people go watch rich people. And I think that's because we get so caught up into these TV shows, we get so caught up into not living our dreams that now we're trying to live through other people. I'm telling you today that you can make your life, your dreams, and the things that you're trying to do, you can make it go to the next level. But in order to get to the next level, you got to line yourself up with your own vision and with the right people. The problem is you've been surrounded by the wrong people for a long time, all right? And how can you fix yourself when the people you around ain't even trying to fix their self? I repeat, how can you fix yourself, all right? Now, it's different if the people I'm around, they're trying to always better themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then it's easier for me to fix myself. But when you're around people that saying things like, oh, that's okay, we gonna be all right. We not as poor as them, or, we doing decent. You know what I'm saying? Again, that goes back to your mindset. Know thyself. Know thy source that you're plugged into. All right? What source are you plugged into? You know what I'm saying? When you understand the source, then you will know. The second quarter of the day is the more you love yourself, the less nonsense you tolerate. I repeat, the more you love yourself, the less nonsense you will tolerate. That means the less you'll be around people who ain't about living your dreams. The less you'll be around people who ain't trying to go where you trying to go. This is why now is your time. You are so locked into your goals, so locked into your visions that when you know thyself, you know that you've been the best version of yourself, and you can't be nobody else because everybody else is already taken. You know what I'm saying? Then you will start to duplicate, motivate, and you will start to inspire others to be great. But without that, I'm telling you, it's no way that you're gonna get to the next level, all right? Another thing, I want you guys to erase your routines. The problem is you get locked into your routines, and those routines ain't helping you get to where you're trying to go. I want you guys to erase your routines. Erase the things that you used to. Do something different this week. You know what I'm saying? If you've been doing the same thing for the last 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 years, you know what I'm saying? This week, go out on a Wednesday night. Or, instead of going to this coffee shop, drive across the street to the other coffee shop. Instead of going through the drive-thru, walk in the coffee shop. Go sit down for 10 minutes. Give yourself a meditation. I want you guys to erase all routines this week, man. It's about you knowing thyself and understanding that it is what it is, all right? And then I want you guys to watch your belief. Watch what you're saying this week. Be very mindful of what's coming out your mouth this week, all right? Don't be saying things like, well, man, I might not make it, or maybe this might happen. No. Tell yourself, it's happening. I'm speaking to existence because the God I serve is greater than the vision that I see. All right? My vision is so big because he said all I need is a mustard seed. My vision is past the mustard seed. A mustard seed is the smallest seed. You can look up the mustard seed and see how small it is. All right? And then go join yourself with a new group of people. I don't care if it's on Facebook, Instagram, your local community. Go and join with new people so you can get a new perspective and mindset. The problem is your circle, y'all talking about the same ideals, and you can't mentally grow because you're not allowing yourself to grow around people. So you got to go tell yourself, this week is going to be different than any other week, man. All right? I want you guys to start trusting your emotional mindset. Now, what I mean by that is sometimes your mind will say, hey, you should do that. You got to trust it. Because don't say, your mind might say, hey, you should do that. But then all of a sudden, something else come up. You're like, I don't know if I should do that. You didn't pretty much talk your own self out of the thing you should have done. You know what I'm saying? So trust your emotion this week, all right? And when you trust your emotion, treat your body and treat your mind well this week. Be mindful of what you're eating this week, what you're putting into your body, and then be mindful of what you're listening to this week. That's going into your mind. That is going to give you a pivot shift so you can get to another level of where you're trying to grow. This is the week. This is the time. Right now is the time. Designing your life, creating your brand, leave your legacy, man. This is the time right now. I'm speaking into you. You're not listening to this podcast just to be listening. You listening because I'm speaking something to you so you can take action on the things I'm telling you to take action on. It's time out. You know what I'm saying? For bad habits. It's time out to being judgmental on others and even on yourself. It's time out for that. It's time out for you to walk around life faking like something that you ain't. It's time for you to be real with who you are, real with the actions that you're going to take. No longer lie to yourself about where you're going and say, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And whatever it takes, I'm going to make it happen, man. Because there's going to be no more excuses, because excuses is for the useless. And I refuse to be useless, man. I really refuse. And then take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and spend time alone with yourself. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself, self, how are you feeling? Self, how are you getting better? Self, what actions can you take this week to become into a better position of next week? Self. That's not selfish. It's just that you spending a long time with yourself because there's so much noise, so much people around you have so many ideals, so many of all this stuff. When you just need to be lined up to where you going, man. Be lined up to where you going. You are your best investment. But I need you to spend time with yourself and not be afraid to spend time with yourself. All right, really lock in on this. This is going to help you get to the next level. All right, and then also disconnect yourself from people who's not pushing your dreams. Disconnect yourself from these people who not pushing your dreams. You gotta disconnect, man. I want you guys to say, nope. This week, if you ain't for me, you against me, and that's the mindset you need to be wrapped around all week when it comes to that. All right. And I really, truly, man, trying to give you guys great analogies and concepts to help you get to the next level. Now, I want you guys to define what goals you're trying to achieve this week, all right? And then slow it down. Slow your life down. I'm speaking to you right now. I need you to slow your life. Your life going so fast that you're missing every detail of it, all right? It's going so fast you're not allowing yourself to even tap into any kind of greatness because you stuck in this routine. You stuck on the everyday life, everyday living, every day listening to the same people talking about the same things. You ain't defining your goals. You're lying to yourself. You in denial, acting them. Don't even notice I am lying. You're not meditating. You're not challenging yourself. You're not helping yourself get to a whole new level of mindset, a whole new level of thinking because you have not slowed it down and paid attention to the details. This is important that you slow it down and pay attention to the details. And then who you gonna help this week? Talk about it. Who are you gonna help this week with your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your ideals, you know what I'm saying? Or with the things you know, who you're going to pour into that can pour back into you. All right, who you gonna call and they'll be able to, you tell them something, they'll tell you something bad. Not you telling them and they just listening, all right? You gotta find people that's pouring into your life. You know what I'm saying? You can no longer be wasting time pouring into other people's life. Know thyself. You know what I'm saying? If I keep telling you, man, know thyself, man. It's very important that you expect the unexpected this week. When I say expect the unexpected, I'm talking about You expecting something great to happen this week, something miraculous, as you start to believe that your life can change. You start to believe your situation could change. You start to believe that new people will be around you, that people with new mindset, that your mindset will shift, that your attitude will shift. You start to believe these things, and you no longer have to be a person who feel like you the victim all the time, man. Be so mindful of where you at, so mindful of where you going, so mindful of your dreams, so mindful of the things that's pushing you to the next level. I want you to be so mindful of these things that I'm telling you guys this, once it's over, it's a short-lived life. Once the clock stops and you look back and you say, what have I achieved? Though these are the questions and the things that I have told you, all right? I have been speaking to you right now, man. So y'all know we going into it, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to go into a quick motivation. Let's listen to it.
When you start anything,
come on,
you start out on a path to anywhere.
Come on.
Be to learn something new, to create a business, to become more in shape.
Push yourself.
All of you have targets, things that you're after. If you're going to get a new result, if you're going to grow your business, if you're going to be able to support your mom, if you're going to get rid of the anxiety, if you're going to be able to overachieve and not have all that fear inside of you, you obviously need to get a new result.
Come on, new result.
New action. You don't get new results with old actions. They're the same thing.
And the problem with most of y'all, every time something go wrong, you start running and doing what other people tell you to do.
Man, you running.
Look at your belief system every single
It's your belief in yourself.
Don't rush the process. Trust the
Don't rush it. Trust it.
Don't rush the process. Trust the process.
Trust it.
Here's what I discovered that happens to you in life. That you will go through things, and while you're going through them, you can't understand why it's happening to you.
Ooh, why is that happening?
But after you go through it, you get back and you look at it and you say, oh, now I understand why I needed that lesson. And I saw that was preparing me for bigger and better things.
Using that lesson as a lesson of learning.
Muscles. Know what holds and execute towards your true passion.
Execute towards your passion.
See, stars like you know that on the road to glory, there will be moments that will define your story.
Listen, man. On your road to glory, there'll be moments that's going to define your story, man. There's going to be moments that's going to define your story. The scripture of the day, all right, is Mark chapter 12, verse 31. It says, you shall love your neighbor as you love yourself. This podcast is about know thyself, know yourself. But you should love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you know yourself, you won't mistreat yourself. So you shouldn't be mistreating your neighbor, mistreating these people on the things that you need to do, man. Listen, man, there's two acronyms I want you to write down. The first acronym is TRY. You know what I'm saying? And I say try because so many people say, oh, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying. If you try, you're lying. All right? If you trying, you are lying. Say it's already done. Stop telling me what you're trying to do. Just do it, like Nike say. Stop telling me. Try. The T in try stands for time. The R is reinvent, and the Y is yourself. All right? So it's time for you to reinvent yourself. It's no longer for trying. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying, you're lying. I repeat. When you're trying, you're lying. When you're trying, you're lying. It's time for you to get your mind right and say, I'm no longer going to use the word try. I'm going to pursue excellence. I'm going to pursue greatness. I'm not going to stop myself from getting to where I'm trying to go. It's time right now. I will design the life I want. I will create the brand I deserve, and I'm leaving my legacy because I'm reinventing myself. The T is time. The time is right now. The R is reinvent. You need to reinvent who you are. And the Y is yourself. It's time for you to reinvent yourself. It's time out for saying you trying, because if you're trying, you're lying. And I want you to be truthful with who you are, where you're going, and knowing there is greatness from within you. Now, I say all that to say that, man, that stop saying you trying, man, and do it. I don't want to hear nothing about what you're trying to do. Just do it. The next acronym is key. All right? K-E-Y, key. All right? And the K stands for keep. All right? I want you guys to keep pushing yourself forward. It's the key to knowing yourself. The E is educating. All right? So, we're talking about K-E-Y. The K is keep. The E is educating. And the Y is yourself. Keep educating yourself. All right? The problem is we're giving you the keys to success. But when you get the keys, you don't know what to do with the keys. You don't know, should you stick them in the ignition, or do you got a car that's already is a push button? All right? You haven't spent time with it. But when I'm giving you the keys of success, you should be putting this into work. You should be putting this to the next level. You should no longer be waiting on someone to tell you what you can and what you cannot do. Remember, you're the best investment of yourself, and you have to be the best version of yourself, because everybody else already taken. Everybody else already taken. So why is it that you sitting back worrying about, do I got the key to success? Yes. The K is you're going to keep pushing yourself. The E is you're going to keep educating yourself to get the knowledge you need to go where you're trying to go. And the Y is yourself. Keep educating yourself and stop using the word try, because you are now reinventing yourself. You are reinventing your mind. You are reinventing your attitude. You are reinventing your circle. You are reinventing your finances. You are reinventing every situation that's on you right now. It's time for you to reinvent it. It's time for you to go that it's your time. What are we waiting on? Why are we here? I'm speaking to you. You should go and make it happen, man. Because excuses is for the useless. I'm going to tell you this, man, because you know what, a lot of people, I learned a lot of things, man, is I didn't know how valuable I was. I didn't understand the risk I had to take to get the results I was looking for. I also didn't know what it took to live my dreams, because I was so surrounded by people who had that small-minded thinking. And I said, you know what? I got to start connecting myself. I started plugging myself in to resourceful information. And I started to understand that, man, that this is going to be a push. And it's going to be a lonely journey. And I understand that once I understand that, I stopped using the word try, and I understand the keys to success, then life, situations, everything I've done became very easy, man. When you build system and processes and you understand what plays to run when it comes to your success, you know what I'm saying? It's like some of you guys are running an autopilot life. Let me explain. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you go to the kitchen, you eat breakfast, you get in your car, you go to work, you work 8 hours, 10 or 12. You come back home, you flop down, you take a shower, you watch TV, and then once you watch TV for 3 or 4 hours, you go back to sleep and you repeat the process. Now, is something wrong with that? To me, if you're trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, yes. Because we don't spend time watching TV. We create our own TV, all right? I try my best to surround myself and get things and processes and things that I'm trying to do on a daily basis, and understand that this thing is so much bigger than me. As I'm doing all these podcasts, I'm speaking into you. I'm speaking into your soul. I'm giving you the energy. I'm giving you the know-how. I'm giving you the tools you need to push yourself, all right? I'm giving you acronyms, scriptures, showing you acronyms, things you can tell yourself on a daily basis, questions you need to ask yourself. These are things that nobody will challenge you. That's why Now Is Your Time podcast. That's why we speaking greatness into people. We are allowing other people to see our greatness. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, we don't come to take sides. We come to take over. You know, and the reason why I say that because so many times, man, as you out here living your dreams and you realize that, man, you could have been so much further along, but you allowed your situation and these people to stop you, man. Because guess what? It's time out for no more regrets, man. No more regrets, all right? No more. Write down this. Today and tomorrow and going forward, I will have no regrets because I'm living a purpose-driven life. Today, tomorrow, and going forward, I will have no regrets because I'm living a perfect-driven life, all right? Also, today, I will get outside of being comfortable and get uncomfortable because there's no money or no changing in my comfort zone. Today, not tomorrow, I will get into an uncomfort zone because there's no change or no money being made in the comfort zone, man. You got to get uncomfortably comfortable to get to where you're trying to go. The problem is some of you guys are too comfortable and you wondering why you ain't achieved greatness, all right? And then tell yourself, I see a bigger picture for my life. No matter what other people are saying about me, this is my vision, this is my dreams. I see where I'm going, and nobody's going to stop me from getting there, man. These are things you must have, that self-gratification, that self-talk with yourself, and tell yourself that, greatness is up on me, man. The reason why we created the Lion, the reason why we got the Why Now Is Your Time, because all we doing is talking about designing the life you want, creating the brand you deserve, and leaving your legacy, man. I'm telling you, speak nothing but greatness in your life. Too many times we're letting people control the narrative. We're letting people control the things that don't make sense, man. So when I'm telling you guys right now, again, we had 2 quotes. Remember, be yourself because everyone else is taken. Quote number 1. Quote number 2, the more you love yourself, the less nonsense you will tolerate, man. I'm telling you, when you understand that whole mindset shift, when it click, you're going to be like, oh, I got it now. The things he's saying, I got it now. Because now you're starting to experience, you're starting to see, you're starting to recognize that, hold on, this is what I got to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is what I got lined up. Now it becomes real easy for me achieving my goals, man. So I want you guys, again, imagine that perfect day. Think about that perfect day. Think about what it looked like. And as you imagine that perfect day, also tell yourself what is holding you back from achieving that perfect day or from achieving your dreams, man. Because we're giving you the keys on the podcast. We're giving you the keys. We're speaking greatness into your life. You know, one thing I love about this podcast, we're not just talking about entrepreneurship. We need to get your mindset right. We need to speak something into you. Because when the more I speak it into you, the more you understand it, the easier it becomes. So once it become a lifestyle, you're like, oh, this is easy now. This is very, very, very easy, man. This is very easy. So I want to hear just like a couple more words of this, and then we're going to close this podcast out. And I just want to hear just a couple more words.
Now here's another one. If you want to find, you must search. And if you search,
come on,
you will find.
Come on.
In order to find, you must search.
Come on.
You must go to the seminar. You
Come
must
on.
go to the library.
Gotta be searching for
You've
it.
got to go to the bookstore.
Come on, it ain't gonna just come to you.
You've got to go searching for it.
Yes.
If you search, you will find.
Come on.
You got to find it.
Now, the thing I know about that before I close the podcast out, if you search for the things that you're looking for, you will find the success that you're looking for. If you're waking up on a daily basis and making it your business to succeed, you have no choice but to succeed. But all that comes with you separating yourself from people who don't see the vision, from people who they just, oh, you taking too long, or man, your dreams ain't that big. Oh man, your dreams too big. Man, you the way you thinking is just crazy. Yeah, because I got crazy faith. I believe in myself. Yeah, this is not your vision. Of course, you're not going to see what I see. And I don't expect you to see what I see. But what I do expect is for me to wake up in the morning and for me to achieve it. And for me to make it happen. And for me not be afraid to achieve my dreams, man. So remember, man, know thyself. Please, whatever you do for this week, by listening to this podcast, you're going to say, man, do I know myself? And if I don't, how valuable am I? What risk am I taking? What's holding me back from getting to where I have to go? And I will start to surround myself around new people, new places, new things, because I understand one thing. Greatness is earned and it's never given, man. Nobody gonna give us nothing, man. We gotta go create our way. And we got to understand, I got to know thyself and know that I cannot be plugged in to negative energy. I cannot be plugged into people who ain't helping me go where I need to go. Remember, this is why now is your time. Go design the life you want, create the brand you deserve, and leave your legacy for years to go, for years to come. Because remember, when you land on that deathbed, 2 questions you're going to ask yourself. Did you live the fulfilled life? And are you going to heaven or hell? I'll see you guys in the next video. Be blessed.